Assalamualaikum. My name is Hana Safia Husni binti Asrul Husni. Matric number B0322104116. Today, I will be presenting for the requirement 1, requirement 2 and requirement 3. First of all, for requirement 1, assign all devices with IP address blocks that have been specified. A. HQ network with allocated network 192.168.x.64/26, where X is our group number. Our group number is 190. Branches network will allocated 172.x.0.0/16, where blue network required 16,000 addresses, green network required 4,000 addresses. ISP IP address is 202.184.3.1/30 loopback. For the addressing table, we use VLSM addressing table to find the IP address. For the HQ, we have red, orange and purple. For the red HQ, it required 12 address. So allocated address that we can use is 16. The new network address will be 192.168.190.64. So the range for the IP address is 192.168.190.65 until 192.168.190.78. The broadcast address will be 192.168.190.79, where the CIDR is /28, the subnet mask is 255.255.255.240. For the orange, the required address is 7, so the allocated address that we can give is 8. So the new network address will be 192.168.190.80, where the range is 192.168.190.81 until 192.168.190.86. The broadcast address will be 192.168.190.87, where the CIDR number is /29 with subnet mask 255.255.255.248. For the purple network, it required 6 address. So the allocated address is 8, where the network address will be 192.168.190.88. The range will be 192.168.190.89 until 192.168.190.94. The broadcast address will be 192.168.190.95, where the CIDR number is /29 with subnet mask 255.255.255.248. Next, for the branch, we have blue, green, HQ to branch 1 and HQ to branch 2. For the blue network, it required 16,003 address. The allocated address that we can give is 16,384, where the network address will be 172.190.0.0. The range will be 172.190.0.1 until 172.190.63.254. The broadcast address will be 172.190.63.255, where the CIDR number is /18. The subnet mask is 255.255.192.0. The green branch will be 4003 for the required address. The allocated address is 4096. The new network address will be 172.190.64.0. The range is 172.190.64.1 until 172.190.79.254. The broadcast address will be 172.190.79.255, where the CIDR number is /20. The subnet mask is 255.255.240.0. HQ to branch 1, it required 4 address. So the allocated address we can give is 4. So the new network address is 172.190.80.0. The range is 172.190.80.1 until 172.190.80.2. The broadcast address is 172.190.80.3. The CIDR number is /30 with subnet mask 255.255.255.255. From HQ to branch 2, it required 4 address too. the allocated address is 4. So the new network address will be 172.190.80.4. The range will be 172.190.80.5 until 172.190.80.6. The broadcast number will be 172.190.80.7 with CIDR number /30 with subnet mask 255.255.255.255. Okay, for the requirement 2, configuring VLAN. We have VLAN for every host in HQ network with VLAN purple, red or orange. Okay, in this network diagram, at switch 1, it assigned to purple, orange and also red. For the switch 2, it assigned to orange, purple and red. But at switch 3, it assigned only to red and orange network. So at switch 1, we use show VLAN brief to show the VLAN that we have configured. For the VLAN 10, which is red, we have configured it where no port are assigned to it. Then we configure VLAN 20 for orange and VLAN 30 for purple. For switch 2, we assign VLAN 10 for red, VLAN 20 for orange and VLAN 30 for purple. And for the switch 3, we assign VLAN 10 for red and VLAN 20 for orange. Requirement 3, assigning switch port to VLANs. A. Consider the IP addressing scheme and which computer should be in which broadcast domain or network. B. Configure the trunk port to connect to the router and access port to connect the switch ports to our client host or other network devices. And C. Assign ports to the VLANs that we have created. So, to know that which port are assigned to the VLAN, we can see at the switch 1. From here, for VLAN 10, we have not assigned any port to it. But at VLAN 30, which is purple, we assign port FA0/4 and FA0/5 to its VLAN. Looking at the switch 2, we assign VLAN 10 red with port FA0/2, FA0/3, FA0/4, FA0/5, FA0/6, FA0/7, FA0/8 and FA0/9. For VLAN 20, which is orange, we assign port FA0/11 and for VLAN 30 purple, we assign FA0/10. And then for the last one, looking at switch 3, we assign for VLAN 10 red with port FA0/5 and for VLAN 20, which is orange, we assign FA0/2, FA0/3 and FA0/4. So now we can look at the trunking port that we have made at each of the switch. At switch 1, we use show interface trunk to know which port we have set the trunk. From here, we set FA0/1 as trunk, FA0/2 as trunk, and FA0/3 as trunk. At switch 2, we set FA0/1 as trunk. Then for the last one, at switch 3, we set FA0/1 as trunk.
Assalamualaikum wabarakatuh. My name is Kausa Abdulghani with matrix number B03221038 to be exact S1G2. So my part I will explain about requirement 4, which is configure router for inter-VLAN routing. Alright, so for inter-VLAN routing will be conducted at HQ router, which is this one, because it is directly connected to the switch 1, which is it can connected to the other link. So we set up the VLAN 30 at the upper here, and below one we set up with VLAN 20, and the red one we set with VLAN 10. So encapsulation at HQ, enable, show run, more, so I already do the encapsulation, which is fast Ethernet 0/0.10, which is show that it is representing the VLAN 10 with encapsulation .1Q10 with IP address 192.168.190.65 and subnet mask 255.255.240. And I will do the same thing for VLAN 20 with encapsulation .1Q20 with IP address 192.168.190.81 and subnet mask 255.255.255.248. The same thing I will do on VLAN 30, encapsulation .1Q30, IP address 192.168.190.89 with subnet mask 255.255.255.248. So in order to do this, we have to configure the switch, what switch we use, and truncate first. If that, it will be some error to do the encapsulation.
So now I will presentation the requirement file, which is an ACL access control list and routing protocol router rig part. So we can see in router HQ we have router version 2 for the two network address with their IP address, and we also apply a no auto summary for that. So for BRCH1, we also have router version 2 for the network with that IP address, and we also apply a no auto summary. So for BRCH2, we also have router version 2 for the BRCH2 router, and we also have a network with the IP address, and we also apply a no auto summary for that. We move to access control list. As we can see the last status at there. So when I pin to P1 at the blue server area to J1, which is the orange one, so the status was filled, and same as the when I pin P1 to M1 in the red area, the last status also filled. But when I pin from P1 to the orange area with the orange server, so we can successfully pin that with the access control that I apply in HQ, which is access list 1 permit host with that IP address, and we apply it at interface fast Ethernet 0/0.10, 0.20, and 0.30, but we apply it for outbound for the first one and the third one, and the second one for .20 is applied for inbound.
For the requirement 6, it is configure DHCP server for networks. All host address must be configured using the DHCP server except all hosts in the orange network. The red server will assign address for red VLAN, while the purple server for purple VLAN in the HQ network. The DHCP server for branches blue server will assign address for the green and blue network. And last, we are going to use the command IP helper address to configure the router as DHCP relay agent. So for the requirement 6 is all about the DHCP, the dynamic host configuration protocol. This is the overall diagram for our project, the network topology diagram. In this case, we are going to apply the DHCP server for branches blue server will assign the address for the green and also the blue server. So we are going to set up the blue server first. service DHCP enable it by add the green network and also the server pool, which is the blue network. Then we are going to set up the rest of the server, which is the purple, red and orange server. We need to clear that the orange server we are going to use the static IP address, so we are not going to enable the DHCP, while for the purple and red server it's all under the HQ network. In order to set up the purple and red server, by adding the server pool, which is the purple server here, and also add for the red server, and it calls server pool in our project. And last, for the orange server, we are not going to enable it like the purple and red network, going to off it. That's all for setting up the server. Last, we are going to use the command IP helper address in order to make the green works in the green network, the workstations or PC in the green network, to get the IP address from the blue network here. Branch 1, interface fast Ethernet 00, by adding the IP helper address, the 172.190.0.02 is the server IP, and add for the HQ router, adding the same, and also the router before the green network, the branch 2, by adding the IP helper address. Finally, we are going to set up for the PCs or the workstations in the networks by enable the DHCP. However, orange workstation are not going to use the DHCP, but they are going to use the static by assign the IP to the PCs.
Hi, I'm Tan from Group 190. Now I'm going to do the presentation of requirements 7 and 8 of our mini project. First, I will start with the DNS configuration for web server and mail server in this project. The domain name of web server is set as group190.utem.edu.my, and the domain name of mail server is set as mailserver.com. Now I'll try to ping the mail server using its domain name from the P1 PC in the blue area network. Ping mailserver.com. We managed to receive 4 packets and we lost 0 packets, therefore you can show that the ping is success. Now I will try to ping the web server from the orange server using its domain name. All packets are received, therefore the ping is success. We will continue to the mail server configuration. Orange server was chosen as the server to provide the mail service. Two user J2 and J3 was added, and the domain name is set as group190.com. Now let's try to send a test email from J2 to J3. This is a test mail that was going to be sent to the J3. We'll press the send button. As you can see, the send is success at here. Now let's press the receive button. Receive mail success. We managed to receive the mail that is just sent by J2. Last, I will present the configuration of our web server. HTTP and HTTPS service has been turned on in Orange Server. We have filled HTML that is ready to be viewed for each of our group member. Now let's open the website to serve the web page. Group 190.udem.edu.my. Press enter. We managed to see our group. Let's see the first person. This is our group member.